Dear dignitaries, members of faculty, good afternoon to one and all present. On behalf of the United Education Institutions, we welcome you all to the sixth day FDP titled Institutional Values and Best Practices, and also to the valediction of the 7-day Faculty Development Program. Now, I invite Mrs. Joy Vincent, Head Department of English, to introduce and welcome the resource person.
Good afternoon, all. It's my great pleasure to introduce the man of the day, Dr. P. Baba Nyanakumar, our resource person. He is an expert in his own domain and he is a renowned speaker. He started his career as a lecturer and held many posts such as placement officer, head of the department, dean, vice principal, and principal. He is having 26 years of academic and administrative experience. This erudite intellect has established Academy of Excellence during 2002, introduced real-time experience learning system, brought 45th rank to the Commerce Department in the week Hansa Survey 2016 and 17 consecutively. Reaccreditation with NAC score of 3.26 in 2015 to the institution where he served, produced placement record of 9,992 offers in the academic year 2016 and 17. Introduced flexible choice-based credit system in 2016 by integrating capstone model and OBE. Principal and Nodal Officer of NIRF ranking and attained 22nd rank in All India rankings. This elite persona has been awarded many covetous awards such as Excellence Award in Research and Innovation during 2012 from IIT Delhi, Distinguished Service Award from AIMS International Houston, US 2015, Best Research Paper Award from IIM Bangalore, IIM Kozhikode, IIM Ahmedabad. Distinguished Faculty Award in Management in 2018 from Venus International Foundation, Chennai. Distinguished Research Scholar Felicitation in 2019 from IIM Ahmedabad. Best Principal in ICT Initiatives and National Education Excellence Awards during 2017 from Praxis Media Group, New Delhi. Distinguished Service Award for Principal for organizing the All India Colleges Principals Meet during 2017 jointly with Association of Indian College Principals. Eco-Friendly Management Award for the Principals during 2016 from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore. This versatile veteran is a member in Academy of International Business, Michigan State University. Conducted 50 social researches and presented in IIMs and IITs, published 64 research articles. The man of expertise has completed 5 projects for Government of Tamil Nadu. He has done 320 research projects in management domain, 4 major projects and 31 minor projects were undertaken. He has produced 13 MPhil and 6 PhD candidates. His Google citation index is 378 and ResearchGate score is 12.77 with 448 citations. Currently, the Master of Excellence is the Director for Consultancy and Corporate Training and Professor in School of Management, Christus Jayanti College, Bengaluru. Dear Sir, we heartily welcome you on behalf of United College of Arts and Science and our note of gratitude for accepting our invitation as a resource person for the 6th day titled Institutional Values and Best Practices. Thank you, sir, and sir, kindly take over the forum.
Thank you for your nice introduction.
Thank you, sir.
I think good afternoon, everyone, and dear participants and the organizers of this college, the vice principal, Professor Vijaya, and the entire team of the organizer. First, I thank all of you for identifying such a nice topic. I hope you are all enjoying for last 1 week regarding the NAC new rules. Of course, another new rules is also going to become within short duration. It may come at any time. So, however, the basic and core values remain same. So, with this background, I thank everyone, and let us move on to the 7th criteria in this NAC assessment and accreditation. So today we are going to discuss about the institutional values and the best practices which we are following in our institution. Each and every person is having such type of values, and today we are going to discuss about those values, how far these values are going to benefit to the institution as well as to individual also. That is what we are going to discuss. And my presentation is based upon the three core concept of that one. First one, the NAC guidelines on the loss criteria. I'll display that one based upon the NAC criterion report. Same thing, the screen shot of that one. Then we will see the sample documents, what some of the A grade colleges which got A++ and with a score of 3.75 and above. What are all the sample documents they presented without mentioning name of the colleges? And finally, the institutional distinctiveness. What is the unique feature of your institution? These are all today's agenda, and we will start with the first one. That is the first seventh criteria, which goes like that. You can see the criteria 7, that is the best practices. The NAC clearly mention about the entire institutional distinctiveness and best practices, and they have given the format of the best practices also. In case of the NAC, simply speaking, in other words, all the educational institutions are doing same thing. We are engaging our own students there. What is the unique method that we have to find out? In my view, it is how you are boosting the students' engagement that we are going to discuss today. And the NAC is very particular that what type of practice you are following. Okay. They mentioned title of the practice, objective, the contest, and how you are practicing that one. How many students or how many persons are practicing that one. Then under the 7.3, it mentions clearly the institutional distinctiveness. It consists of 20 points for the non-autonomous colleges. Even for autonomous colleges, same thing. That is the thing. It mentioned that appropriate web in the institutional website, and we have to post clearly what are all the things we are doing. Most 90% of the organization who got 3.75 and above, they mention their best practices and institutional distinctiveness based upon the e-learning technique. E-learning is everywhere. All the colleges are now practicing the e-learning system. Very easiest method is Google Classroom. I hope everybody is using the Google Classroom. And some of them, they created a nice, their own learning management system under the Moodle. They have created that one. So, and some of the institutions, they are having their own created LMS system. They themselves coded with their own faculty members, and they are showing their own system. That is the uniqueness. But in case of NAC, how you can bring all those things, that is quite interesting thing. And dear faculty members, first I will discuss these things. It is not for the purpose of e-learning, but when you are writing about the e-learning, first thing we must understand that whether our e-learning is entirely different from others. How far our e-learning system is different from others. All the institutions are, as I already told you. Nowadays, all the students are well known about the Google Meet and they are using the Google. And some of the colleges, they are moving towards the Zoom or Microsoft Team. All these things are everybody is using. So we have to find out what is the uniqueness. Usually, my opinion, you can't tell your own institution. You can ask the parent of your student. The parent of your student is very good brand ambassador of you. He or she will tell, the mother or dad will tell about the unique feature because they know their doctor may be studying, their son may be studying, both of them may be in different colleges. So in such case, you can get the opinion from them. That is my opinion. Because all the colleges are using Google Meet and they are posting everything in Google Classroom. But how far it is reaching the students and how far it is benefiting the society, we have to find out. Definitely, each and every college will have its own structure. That is why when you are mentioning as the best practices or uniqueness, try to create something different from others. You can see that one I already mentioned here. If you are mentioning the e-learning system as your best practices or uniqueness, that one, you have to mention clearly the scenario. Why this practice has been introduced for learning that everybody agree that we are using the e-learning system for the purpose of some anything, some disturbances there. Okay, thank you. Mm. So you have to find out clearly the vision of your e-learning. Everybody, even though they are giving different names, some of them are giving upskill, some of them are giving that a new name for their learning system, vision-based learning. Some of them are mentioning the activity-based learning under that e-learning. All these things, all are nice. But before writing that one, you must understand first point. The entire content will be read by the system, not by the human being. So whatever you are writing, it should contain a simple words which the Microsoft can read and understand. If you are using the language teachers, they will give and they may write like a poem, but it is not essential. Remember that very, very important thing. The system has to identify. Nowadays, we are having the sentiment analysis. With the help of sentiment analysis, only whatever you have written is identified by the system. Easiest way. And they use to abstract the keywords based upon your writing. So your writing is not going to be seen by the independent person. They are not going to see, not the human being first. First, it will be read by the only the system. So my sincere advice, try to write simple words clearly so that the system will understand and it will pick up the keywords from your writing. That is first thing you must know. Second thing, only your practices. Every institution is very keen in writing the e-learning because educational institution purpose itself is learning. So we are introducing the e-learning in our system. In my view, better than e-learning, if you identified anything, you can use that one. Nothing wrong in that one. But whatever you are writing, it should contain the scenario. Why you are writing the e-learning? What is its benefit? In case of urban colleges like Bangalore, Chennai, or even Coimbatore, there is no issues because everybody will have a network connection. But you are writing, and most of the students from you are coming from a rural background. So how you are going to mention? That is the important thing. You have to set the scenario. What is the scenario of the e-learning system? Then the reflection, how it is reflecting to the students. Whether students are using the system clearly, whether students are going through our LMS and seeing everything clearly. Try to find out. You have to mention clearly in our uniqueness. We have mentioned the e-learning system, how our students are identifying. Whether it is user friendly, you have to mention. Then only the role play in the sense, not a dramatization one. How you are organizing that one, a process sheet. How you are identifying your students to study through the LMS in your network. Usually, we used to give online education system. Now UGC itself is mentioning 40% should be from online system maximum. So if a student is studying from his home, the e-learning system is best. So in case of your role play, you should have a clear cut one. In our institution, we are having one subject under the online mode. So students will benefit from the LMS, or you can mention a student is studying because it is considered as the self-study paper. That is the role play. Then the reckoner. Reckoner refers to the whether the student is able to utilize your learning system or whatever may be the best practices easily. Ready reckoner. It should be understandable by student and it is user friendly. That is the concept of reckoner. You have to use that one. You have to mention how far it is very easy to adopt. Some of the organizations, they mention that in our LMS, Google Classroom is uniqueness one. We are using the COs, POs to measure that one. Our faculty members are conducting the formative assessment and summative assessment, all those things. But how many students are using that one? How many students are seeing that online teaching or in your website for at least one semester, every day at least 5 minutes, whether they are able to read? Mention that one. That is the quite important thing. You can gather the data in system itself. Now the technology is so much advanced. You are able to see how many minutes our student is seeing the network. Then how far you are practicing that one. Then very nice thing is branching the narrative. You have to mention how a student feels. Whatever the best practices you are writing, you have to assume that how our students will do. Assume that you are a student. Because most of the cases, you yourself in your organization will understand. Others won't understand. You are giving the nicknames, and these names are unique for your college. Others won't understand. Because some of the institutions, they may say they went to CC room and identified the topics. We don't know what is the CC room. It means different meaning in each and every institution. In your thing, it may be the control room. Okay. These technical words you have to know. That is why you can ask the third person. You may not know. You are able to understand, but it should be understood by humanoid as well as the human being. Then the testimonials. You should have the very good record of your best practices. Starting from the attendance system to the marking system, if you are mentioning e-learning, or if you are mentioning any other activity, you should have the proof. How many students are attending? You should have the record. You have to scan and post it in the website of the NAC. So you have to do all those things. Then only the information. Information what NAC is saying about that one comes under the 8th point. So in my view, when you decided to identify the best practices, go from the reverse side. Which best practices is followed by majority of the students? That is the easiest way. Instead of finding that this will be good, that will be good, what you can do, which system is followed by the majority of the students? And it should be uniqueness to your institution. Never mention that teaching classroom is the uniqueness, because as a faculty, it is our core duty to teach. So teaching won't come under this thing. Okay. So first thing you must know, if you are mentioning e-learning system, try to mention clearly how this system is going to benefit. That is the quite interesting thing. You can see, then you can mention how you are operationalizing that one, your own learning management system. And nowadays, a learning management system is provided by number of persons. You know, the Blackboard, MOOCs, Moodle is very famous. Emodo, Etudes. These are all the different things the people are giving. The software people are giving all those things. Better if you are using, rename that one, brand that one. That is very important thing. Even you can use the Blackboard provided by the Blackboard organization, but how you are calling your own college learning management system, that is important thing. In some of the institutions, we are having Center for Learning. Some of the institutions, they are Center for E-Learning. Some of them, they are linked with the e-governance system. So you are using the third party means no issues. You have to mention the system is connected with some of the softwares. Okay. Then, as I already told you, have to rename. You have to brand your LMS. That is very important thing. You may use from any one of the third party software service providers, but you have to clearly mention a brand name. Each and every person is having the name. Likewise, for your best practices, you can give a name. You can see, I am going to show different colleges are showing different names. So, in my opinion, you have to brand your LMS. Instead of mentioning the LMS, you have to give some names for the LMS, depending upon the region, what you are doing. It is even it may be local language. There is nothing wrong with one. Even you can mention in the local language about that one. Only thing you are able to clearly mention the name of the LMS. Okay, that is regarding the brand the LMS. Next thing is you have to identify what is the impact of the best practices. You identified something as the best practices. That is based upon the all the students of your institutions are using. That if you identified as the best practices, you have to find out what is its impact in the society, whether it is relevant, whether it provides learning, what is the application, who are all accountable. That you have to mention in the impact. That is how far you are changing the world. Once a student is entering into your institution and moving out, you must know clearly because of this best practice. Sorry, because of these best practices, the students are using this thing. You have to mention how many students benefited, how far the ratio is improving. Students may be benefited or outsiders may also be benefited. You have to identify that one. That is impact. In even simple example, I think you have studied in criteria 3, the NSS, NCC. NSS students are going to a particular village, they are helping them and they are bringing. Every year, if you are going, you have to find out the impact. Every year, you are telling to those students what is change in that role. You have to mention. That is the impact of best practices. If you are saying learning system, whether the learning has been improved after introducing your e-learning system. That is the thing. You can't simply mention that in our institution we are having LMS, that is the learning management system. You can't mention simply. You have to justify that one. Because of introduction of your LMS, how many students get benefited? What type of benefit they are getting? Whether they are ultimately satisfied with that one? That is quite interesting. That is the impact. You have to bring the impact, even though it is a qualitative one, bring that one in a quantitative method. How many students? How many students are actually benefited? What type of students are actually benefited? One of the institutions clearly mentioned we introduced the learning system even for the outsiders. That is very important. Rural people can also see our online virtual library at free of cost, that is remote using that one, because they mentioned that they are having the unique books which are available only in online according to the regional language. And they mentioned clearly that because of taking this one to the rural place, what is the benefit to our students? What is the benefit to the rural place? What is the development and improvement to the country? They are able to mention that one. That is the impact. So when you are writing the impact, be clear with your views, whether it is relevant, whether the learning system is giving something different, what is its application. That means where we are going to use. Then the accountability. That you have to find out and you have to write that one. That is the impact. Likewise, you have to try to mention what is the impact to the society, not only to our students. How far it is benefited to the society, you have to bring out. You are nicely doing your own job. You are using the NSS or NCC or Red Ribbon Club, whatever it may. Whether these activities benefited the students as well as outsiders. Usually, in case of NSS, even though it is coming under different category, you can show some other activities of the department that we are going to discuss, so which is mentioned by some of the colleges. That is how it is impacting the society, how it is changing the society. Government is spending huge money, but it is not moving till the end of the rural people. They are not get benefited till now. That is why the NAC is very clear that you have to mention what is its impact. The impact means not only our students, but also the society living other than our campus. Okay. Then, yes, let us see some of the examples of the institution uniqueness. Okay. Other than the learning system, that is quite common. Everybody, I have gone through that one. More than 3.75 NAC affiliated colleges, they are mentioning the learning system only. But coming to the others, in case of your society development, everything under the same criteria, how far these items they are bringing in? That is, say for example, shared literacy, all these things are there. They are telling that since we are empowering the people from our education, we are following the following institutional visionary values. Every student should participate. Say, for example, most of the colleges, there is one program called Village Immersion Program. Village Immersion Program means the students in the particular class should identify a particular village. Every year they will go and visit that village and they will do some of the activities for the villages. And they used to bring the report. But the main area is we can compare with the previous year. Last year also we went to same village. What is the improvement at present? So these are some of the social responsibility activity. These people are mostly engaging. But the NAC is also ready to, so you can see some of the programs which you can create an add-on with the e-learning, not separately, because be clear. As an educational institution, the core value is to provide education for our students. In addition to that, these are all the secondary items, which helps the students to develop the nation. Okay. So here is an example of shared literacy. Shared literacy in the sense, how far you people are enjoying our students in the rural empowerment scheme. How many of you, our students are teaching Tamil or English in rural places? Very important thing. I think it mentioned is whether you are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Okay. It is mentioned that it is passing screen.
It's in shared
Okay,
literature.
I have to share once again. Yes. So first one, this is the shared literacy. Most of the institutions are mentioned. Our students are engaging literacy program in rural. But remember that this should come within our curriculum. Then only it is considered as the best practice. If the NSS students are doing, it is different. It is coming under that institutional values in criteria 3. But here, if it is created along with our curriculum, even though your curriculum is given by university, but you are mentioning clearly all the students should participate, then you can include that one. This is some of the, I am highlighting some of the institutions which mention some of the points. Okay, one college mentioned shared literacy along with the learning system as the uniqueness of that one. It means that the college students are going to the villages and they are teaching them for the old age people. That is the shared literacy. Then another college mentioned that along with the networking or e-commerce, or we can say the regular e-learning system, they are creating the awareness on pandemic diseases. That is COVID, etc. And it is compulsory that from one class students, they have to go. So they mentioned that they have to go to the rural place compulsory. And they mentioned that according to the curriculum, and these people are joining hands and they are moving along with the faculty. It is compulsory in institution, usually Saturdays. Every Saturday, at least one department or one student will go and visit the rural places. So what these people will do, they will create that one. It is coming under that one. If it is coming under the summative or even the formative assessment, you can include. This is one of the A++ college mentioned nicely, especially in case of Punjab. They mention nicely how every Saturday they have to go and they are involved in the health awareness for the rural people. It is made compulsory for the students and they are giving the marks also. There is grading system. So better you can show that one like that anything. Another college mentioned that student-centric skilling activities. That is from South Side, one of the famous college, they would score 3.77. They mentioned that their best practices coming under student-centric skilling activity. That means they are mentioning that we are able to find out the skill levels of the students. And based upon the skill level of the students, we are practicing. So every semester, the students can know what type of skill they developed, what type of skill they are having to do their own business venture, or what type of skill they have developed at their own. That is important thing. So they mentioned that student-centric skilling activity is the best practice. It depends upon you. Then another college mentioned that helping and counseling service. See, that's one all are CSR activity, but they used to mention in different name, helping hand counseling services. It is one college mentioned in Kerala said they are joining with Kudumbashree. all the class students, definitely they are selecting one Saturday morning, same thing like one department they are saying. One department students will go to the Kudumbashri. Kudumbashri means the self-help group, and they have to tell about all those things, how you can easily market, how you can get the income. They are telling. And most of the cases, they came to know that in that college, they clearly mentioned that. And our students themselves are buying the product from the self-help group when they are going on Saturday's visit. This will also indirectly increase the profitability and income level of the rural people they are mentioning. That is highly appreciated by the NACT because they are not only involving, they are helping them to get the revenue. That is why they are telling clearly. So this will comes under the sustainable development goal also. That is the reason. And see, you must identify such thing. And one college mentioned that they are having student-friendly ambience. That is green building. It depends upon the infrastructure you are having. Green building, if you are having, and if you created a nice environment for the sustainability, you can mention that in our campus, you are practicing the student-friendly ambience, not only green campus, but what are all the values the students must know they have to practice. And it is followed from the one of the Australian college, that is university-based colleges. And in case of that college, they mentioned a big green tunnel. Green tunnel means when students are moving in that place, so full of green, they have to practice all the environmental awareness scheme when they are moving. That tunnel they kept in the entrance so that all the students should pass in that way. At least they will have the climatic or environmental awareness so that they can use that one everywhere. And they created the impact. All of our students are not using plastic. They clearly mention in that one. The plastic usage has been reduced 80% after introducing these best practices. So it depends upon you. Next college, another one. Promotion of Indian tradition and culture. One college clearly mentioned that we are promoting the tradition of Indian culture because they are all moving down. So what they mentioned, all the students, every Friday evening, they have to find out. There is one department or one class. They have to find out one of the traditional Indian culture and they have to perform. And they mentioned that in an open auditorium after 3 o'clock, they used to perform every Friday, other than the exam days. That is different. And they mentioned that it is their promotion of Indian tradition and culture. NAC team highly appreciated. They saw those people and how these people are creating that one. So any person may come to the stage and they will perform the Indian traditional culture because we wish to develop all the students, not as single student. That is why these people mention that promotion of Indian tradition and culture. They given every Friday there will be a program and become from the different state so that the others will know what are all the tradition of each and every place. I think that college mentioned clearly that in Marathwada region there are different cultures. Every week they are practicing that one so that others are learning and others are also coming forward to participate with them. That is another interesting news of the impact. They have taken the video of the other students and mentioned that one. That is the promotion of Indian tradition culture. One famous college they mentioned in Marathwada region. Then another college mentioned that health environment for the students. Of course, all these things we can mention, but core is the learning system. Keep environment clean and safe and healthy also. Maybe after COVID, they might have mentioned that one. how many students are vaccinated, how far we are giving importance for the safety and healthy, and they appointed the gym and they appointed some of the nutrition people, and they are helping the students to tell what type of diet is good. And they mentioned that since they are maintaining the health environment, they are practicing two things. Every day morning, yoga, like this thing. It is in the middle road of that college, they mentioned. So every students, when they are passing that place, and they are practicing something and moving in that area. It is made compulsory for all the students. And every Wednesday, the students are giving healthy food, a sample food, healthy drinks made by one group of students. It is in rotation basis. They mentioned like that. And they created that one every week. We are identifying some medicinal herbs, how to use that one. And they are giving that one free samples also. And this college clearly mentioned that because of that one, we are able to plant trees and our students are finding healthy, and we are ready to appoint the doctors, but the work of doctors has been decreased tremendously after 2 years. See that one, very good best practices. It is located again, I think, in Jharkhand. Even one of the Tamil Nadu colleges mentioned that one, keep your environment clean and safe and healthy. So that is important. So these are all the uniqueness. Even I visited that college once, and what they are telling, sir, in this the place you have to come walk only. I was dropped in one place. From there, this not less than half kilometer, not yes, it is somewhat less than half kilometer only. Simple area, but all the science of yoga, everything is mentioned, and you have to practice that one when you are walking. And there is one instructor, or some of them are standing, and they are helping the students so that by walk they are learning. Even walking is healthy. And these people on rotation basis, they are alerting every week. One department should provide the value for the health. See that one. Nice thing. That is why they got that college got around 4.78, sorry, 3.78. Best practices. Everybody is appreciating that one. One of the college in Karnataka, which got very good score, they mentioned changes in rural agriculture. They introduced one course in rural agriculture. Since it is an autonomous college, they are mentioning that studying rural agriculture is compulsory. Then how you will study the rural agriculture? And they mentioned that when the students are joining in their college, they have to visit the rural place and they have to interact with the agriculture people, and they have to pay to that village minimum 3 visits in a semester system. That is, first they have to go there, survive there, and what are all the drawbacks there. Then second time they have to go with the suggestion, and third time they have to go with the impact. What is the impact of that one? And they are mentioning that the rural agriculture people, after the students visit 3 times in a semester, improved lot, and they proved with that one their bank balance is increasing, especially how to plant these type of saplings, what type of trees you can keep, if there's a floods are coming, how to safeguard your plants. They are telling, and it is a structured one. It is given to the students. But the students are taking first year, first semester. It is compulsory for all the students when they are entering into that college. And they mention nicely, these are all the things we can mention. What are all the changes in agriculture? And they mentioned that due to implementation of this thing, the villages are very much, and they are very proud of that one. It has been mentioned in the newspaper, and they are telling that they are going to improve that scheme to other villages also. That is the interesting thing. Try to link that one, such type of practices. Then here is another institution who got a 3.73. They mentioned that along with the learning fun, learning environment. That is very interesting. Of course, I have shown the image of the kids, but the students are permitted to have the fun learning. It is not activity-based learning or it is not experiential learning, nothing. They mentioned as the fun learning. I asked, what is that fun learning? When I encountered that one, every Thursday, I think so, afternoon, they have to go for fun learning. The faculty is taking to the different places, not in the classroom. And one topic, the students will demo that one. That is the fun learning. And they themselves enjoy. Even they mentioned that nearby hill resort, they went for a picnic program and they involved in the fun learning. It is under their curriculum. All the students are participating. See that one. I think first they mentioned first Wednesday or Thursday of the month. Every month, first Thursday, they used to go there and have a fun learning. All the entire campus. See that one. When the more we asked what is the impact, and these people are clearly telling that the impact is in the form of innovation. Our students passed the CA examination, and our students mentioned that new innovative ideas are coming, especially in case of how to avoid the accidents. Even the alcoholic smoking habit has been decreased because they are giving the topics in such type of social responsibility. And some of them are playing drama about that one. I can know that in case of Bachelor of Business Management students, they are playing the role play once in a month about their topic. Nice the theater festival. And some of them are taking nice video and showing on the day. It is the students' type. See that one? But they mentioned all the students will do, and every month on Thursday, the students are practicing. And the peer team asked the students also. Students also saying same thing. See that one? That is the best practices. It means that most of the students should involve in addition to the planning system. Likewise, one of the college, famous college in Chennai mentioned also their compulsory traffic regulation, especially in case of urban places. Of course, it is same thing reflected in the Punjab government also one college mentioned. If they mention every semester, we used to practice the good practices. In third semester, they are having that one traffic regulations, and the students are sent compulsorily to the main places. They have to stand along with the traffic police, and they have to see, they have to regulate, especially during the time of big events. They are practicing. This enabled students to reduce the accidents. In third semester, they mention. In fourth semester, they will take another responsibility of teaching the elderly people. Every semester, they mention. It is in their curriculum. The faculty members, that is the thing. And they got very good score also. Then participation of various strata of the society. One college from Tamil Nadu only, they mentioned that they are engaging in various strata, that is segments of the society. And each year they mention, first year they have to mingle with the middle class people, and they will tell about, they will have a survey about the middle class people. Then they will go for the high level people, then the poor people, and different society people. And then that college students are saying that they have to go and study their behavior in different area to avoid the especially gender sensitization and low income, high income, or tribal people or differently able people like that. They created a nice strategy of that one. Join hands with them. Recently, I saw in the same college, they posted one nice video how the students are going to see one of the orphanage and they are taking care of the disabled people there. And these people are engaging that one, a nice thing. And it is coming under their curriculum. Even the university is not mentioning, they made it that one. That is the uniqueness. That is, these are all the secondary, not the primary, in addition to your learning system. Be clear. That is the participation in the Aries society. Another one, community responsibility. That is one of the college from Kerala who got 4.77. They mentioned their best practice along with the learning, mostly community responsibility. What are all the responsibility of the community they have identified and how these people are spending, especially in case of schools and those fishermen community they are identified and they are moving towards that one. One day in a month, they are going to that place and they are serving to the society. What are all the problems of the fisherman? How they are acting? How we can help the fisherman? They are doing that one. A nice thing they are telling. These are all the regular activity. But in those days, it was that when I was studying BCom, still I remember in my college, we used to have all these practices even every week. Same thing. Now it is coming under the best practices. That is why NAC is saying that inculcate these type of things to your students so that they will know about the society. And one of the famous college in Delhi, they mentioned life skills session for parents. See that one, not for the student, but for the parents. Instead of conducting the parent-student meeting, they are facing that student and parents are facing different issues. So they introduced the concept of life skill session for the parents. Another college mentioned the biodiversity. Since they are studying environmental sciences, the subject compulsory, how far the biodiversity is introduced in their campus. They mentioned that one. That is the likewise, it depends upon the organization. Here you can see the financial inclusions. If the rural places are nearby, most of the rural people, they are suffered because of this funding by individual people. So to avoid that one, these individual people are doing money laundering business. To avoid that one, the government introduced the financial inclusion. So they are mentioning that since it is a commerce college, they mentioned the financial inclusion. And the another college in Pune, they mentioned fundraising by students for victims. Even they mentioned those who are in prison. When they are coming out, they are not having any livelihood. And these students, they are creating the platform for raising the funds. They are not contributing. They are organizing some of the shows, some of the events, and they are telling that they are creating such type of events. And another college in Delhi mentioned that we are creating the crowdfunding platform for the underprivileged people, especially those who are affected by dreadly diseases. They are not having money. And they mentioned that around every year, minimum 150 people have been benefited because of that one. And those who lost their hand in accident, and they are not having money to make up all those things, they used the crowdfunding platform. They created the crowdfunding platform. Another nice thing, very famous college, even they got very good first ranking in NAR of everything. They mention at home in the world. They used to mention their best practices is at home in the world. Wherever they are in the world, they have to feel at home. A nice concept. How these people including alumni, they are all joining hands with that one. A nice system. That is why they are top even in that way. NRF ranking, everything. Their students are everywhere, and most of the students are in political area. Each student should take care of each rural house. And these rural house called people are contributing to them. Then it is quite common, water and waste management system. And you can, including that one. Then an interesting thing, developing the leaders to volunteerism. Creating our students and others into a leadership. This should come under the learning system. What are all the topics they are creating? Especially government colleges can follow this thing. Then who are all the students becoming entrepreneurs? Creating the entrepreneurial values, inculcating. These are the not main thing. These are all coming under the secondary thing along with that one. Nowadays, some of the colleges are mentioning under the sustainable development goal. United Nations mentioned there are 17 goals, and how far we are practicing, they are divided into different groups. First semester, 3 sustainable goals. Second semester, 3 sustainable goals. They are divided and given to the students, and that is the best practices. And the students must know the role of United Nations and the sustainable development goals. Okay. In my view, better we can go for the combinations. That is, I already told. You can do all those things, but this is not the core. You can mention with the learning system, you can mention even combination, fundraising for aims, sustainable development goal. Each and every semester, you can create one activity and you can mention these are all our best practices. Okay. Anyhow, as coming to an end, in my view, train your mindset to see the good in every situation. Then only your best practices will come. And you can mention that one. It is in the mindset of you and it is based upon your regional values. That is very interesting thing. So, dear faculty members and dear participants, you have to change your mindset and you have to see good thing in everything. You will be a professional and you are able to practice and able to write immediately the best practices by you. With this, I am concluding my speech. If there is any questions, you can ask.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's my great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks of 7-day faculty development program on strategic upliftment and augmentation of quality in affiliated colleges. Today is the special day. I'm feeling so honored in thanking our beloved Professor Dr. P. Baba Janakumar. He is my mentor. He's a leader who knows everything related to academic and he's a biggest tech savvy. So such a technical, academic, enriched personality we have today. So on behalf of United College of Arts and Science, I'm recording our sincere and heartfelt thanks to our resource person of the day, Dr. P. Baba Janakumar sir. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and your wonderful inputs towards institutional values and best practices. Definitely all the other institutions and the faculty who are attending today, they'll take up the value points to their institution and uplift their institution level in terms of quality augmentation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So out of all these things, so we had 7 days program, faculty development program, and all the 7 days we had different resource persons from different domains. Put together, we were able to have 191 registrations for this particular faculty development program, but unfortunately,
many of the faculty have not attended, but regularly we were able to have 100 plus participants in this platform. So thank you for all the participants who were into this platform for the 6 days, for the last 6 days, and to enrich your skills towards quality enhancement as well as strategic upliftment process towards your institutions. Thank you each and everyone in the platform for spending your valuable time and having a hope that you will be getting best inputs and information through this faculty development program. Thank you all the participants who are in the platform. And first, I would like to record my sincere thanks to all the dignitaries, resource persons who had been into this 7-day faculty development program. We had day 1, Dr. B.S. Ponmudiraj sir. He was unable to address on the day, but still he has arranged his assistant advisor. We had a resource person to address on the topic scope for curricular aspects in affiliated colleges. We had how to be define or design or coordinate with the curricular design in terms of affiliated colleges, because we have restricted the syllabi of universities, but still we have a scope to improve our curricular aspects towards the criterion 1. We have received the valid inputs from the assistant advisor. And the day 2, Dr. Shubha, the sincere, vibrant lady from first grade college, Bengaluru. She is the IKC coordinator. Under her leadership, she took the institution to the next level as an IKC coordinator. She addressed in the topic leveraging quality of education through strategic teaching learning process. Even today, I got a call from one of the participants to get her number. So such kind of input we have received from Dr. Shubha. So I would like to record a sincere thanks to our day 2 resource person also. And we had Ravi Kiran sir. He gave vital inputs related to the research practices on the topic innovative and quality research practices. He addressed and he gave the inputs how the faculty can be motivated towards their research practices and research contributions. So all these things, how the management also can support. So I hope all the participants have taken those points and they are addressing into their management to bring more research contributions from the faculty end also. And we had Dr. John Prince Soundranayakam on day 4 addressed on the topic strategic practices towards student upliftment. Really, we had real-time field content from Dr. John Prince. So how the students can be motivated and how the students can be involved in all the performances. So all those points, it was really helpful towards the student upliftment. And we had Dr. Sangeeta Unadkat from Mumbai. She addressed on the topic governance and management with respect to quality parameters. So these are the parameters based governance points received from Dr. Sangeeta. Really each and every institution is going to adapt in towards the credit values, towards the increase of credit values. Today we have Dr. P. Bhava Gnanakumar sir, institutional values and best practices. Really the unique parameters we have came across in this session. Many of the points we have never thought. Normally all the best practices we used to have just serving the society, just serving the environment, the better energy utilization, all these things we used to have. But today we may have, we might have received, definitely you all will agree to this point, you might have received so many innovative practices, not the best practices I can say, these are all the innovative practices. He used to visit across the country, across the world also. So he used to bring more and more best practices from the various places, and he used to spread among the teaching fraternity as well as academic community. Thank you so much, sir. And tomorrow we have quiz, general quiz about all the criterion, and all the quiz details and further feedbacks, communications will be shared to you all with WhatsApp platform as well as your registered mail ID. So I would like to add one more point at this note. Actually, the participants who are not into the platform so far, please do try to attend all the quizzes at least tomorrow. And if any of your friends not able to attend due to some technical issues maybe, or some other issues maybe, please do make all the participants to appear for the quiz who are registered already. Thank you so much all the participants, all the dignitaries who had been into the past 6 days into our faculty development program. It's a great journey since our college is a budding college. We are in second year. With this second year experience, we were able to conduct 7-day faculty development program on strategic upliftment and quality augmentation in affiliated colleges. Thank you so much for all your support. And last but not least, the team of faculty members we have in our campus who's worked vibrantly towards the execution of this particular program, 7-day faculty development program. So it was extremely coordinated, good manner. But I would like to add one more point with this. So we are expecting active participations from the participants. So this is what the only feedback what I had during these 7 days, I mean 6 days. And always the backbone of whatever the UCAS is doing, our chairman, our respected engineer S. Shanmugam, he always guide us and show a path to progress in a correct way to take our institution to the next level. So we record our sincere thanks to our beloved chairman and the faculty who are supported in the technical aspects as well as in the other support staff who are into this faculty development program. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.